Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. We'll be having a 1 vs 1 right here on Holotny Farmer just for you. On the right hand side, we'll be watching Stephenn, fighting for the Soviet Union. And the 310th Rifle Division going up against VG Jono, fighting for Germany, for Deutschland, and the Speerverbande Reinhard. Pioneers moving out, then immediately choosing one of the new doctrines chosen, the defensive doctrine for the Germans, which offers tank traps, trenches, hold down, the Pak 43, and some sector artillery. Grenadiers and MD42 quickly following up there. No additional pioneers for him. No, nothing like that for Stephenn. We'll be watching defensive tactics, partisan tactics, reserve army. Stephenn definitely got a bunch of the new doctrines. Looks like he might be trying to check them out. And we're also noting here an early special rifle command up. Conscripts though quickly going up as well, so he won't be exactly delayed in getting some units out. And one imagines he'll probably be getting something up reasonably fast here from the special rifle command.
New units have arrived.
Also, interesting to note here that Jono is we actually saw him just choose the reserve army, comrades. But back to Jono, who seems to actually be focusing towards the south. Normally you'd see a player from here actually head more towards the north. Well, not Jono.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
He's going south. Second grenadier squad arriving. Conscripts, pioneers heading south. One squad of conscripts heading north. So far so good, comrades.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
And setting up sandbag fighting positions as well. Splendid. Good thinking ahead there, Stephenn. Stephenn, though, running into probably a bit of surprise. So I don't think he was expecting to encounter the Germans already this far south. His combat engineers running into a bit of trouble. The Grenadiers holding up behind the fence. Smart trying to get closer to the combat engineers. MD42 sitting up to cover the centre. Grenadiers also in the centre.
Pioneers here.
Conscript continuing up north, looks like they're going to get for the fuel point. And there we go, running down, Pioneers moving up. Commies will be long dead by then. He just needs to move over his Grenadiers on the other side of the cover quickly. Schnell. Pioneers board can provide him support, and there we go. Turning into the conscripts with their MP40s, their machine pistol and 30. Looks like Stephenn might have been caught off a bit off guard here, surprisingly enough. And there we go. German superiority against the conscripts, quickly forcing them away. Stephenn, of course, realising the situation is lost, retreats, trying to avoid further needless casualties, and thus the south is open to the German advance. Centre being secure, and what is this? The Strafniki have arrived, the penal battalion troops, to support the 310th Rifle Division.
MG element ready.
So far, nothing trench-like. Well, of course, he's going to need one command point. But pretty interesting to see he's so quickly gone for a defensive doctrinal choice. Usually you'd wait a bit before making such a choice. In particular, considering this one is a lot more static in nature, doesn't say offer units like the Soviet one. Pioneers need to retreat quickly in the face of the Strafniki and the SVT-40s. Or looks like he might have turned them into the MT-42s. A range of fire. Well played there, Jono. Well played. Nice gun there, baiting in the penal battalion. And he is quickly following up, counter-attacking from several sides. The penal battalion troops are in trouble. And there we go, Stephenn quickly retreating in the face of fascist resistance. 3 grenadier squads up, 1 MD42, 1 mortar arriving. And there we go, popping up behind the grenadiers with the conscripts. Well played there. Stephenn, though, gaining the victory point advantage for the time being. The penal troops on the run, though mostly intact. Medics also up already. And we're seeing here Scout quickly following up here for the Rifle Division. Looks like some nearby support has been lent by a mechanized brigade. Mortar firing away. And conscripts firing away. Conscripts banning the building there. Good reaction there from Stephenn. Victory point in the south being secured. Right now could be a good spot for mining this with the S-Minen. Again, very nice. And in particular now with the tank trap right here, it could create an excellent funnel for straight into the mines there. So really would be a nice spot for some mines there. Grenadiers being overwhelmed a bit in the north. And Scout Coast ready with the penal troops in them. The Nazi-Nerfer continues to fire away. Light machine gun up on the Grenadier. And there we go, the scout car arrives. This could quickly turn ugly, in particular now they have a flamethrower up. That's a lot of firepower there, the grenadiers run into them. Need to Panzerfaust, schnell, schnell, Jono, schnell! Nein! He does Panzerfaust, but a bit too late there, and he might lose the squad right there, right now. And there we go, scout car and penal battalion wipes out the grenadiers. A bit too slow there to react, he was probably a bit occupied with things here. Grenadiers need to retreat as well, mortar continues to blast away. MG42 sending up here, but can't actually see far enough, which makes this actually a very, very dangerous venture from Jono. I can understand what he's trying to do, of course. He's trying to catch the scout car, but obviously he needed something to scout for the MG42. Sending in like that was, I'd say, ballsy, but in this case, stupid. Well, he's not the best option. I like the mechanized company quickly going up. Looks like he's not going to hang around long in tier 1. Also noting that Stephenn is in essence also going for a reasonably light tier 1. Oh, never mind. Could we be seeing... Ah, there we go. Some irregulars out with light machine guns. Again, they're not in a such hard support frontline troops, but they can do quite nicely in supporting your own frontline troops with their light machine guns. And again, remember, they veterans you up quite fast, which again means they can quickly get the accuracy bonuses, which really make their weapons nasty. Pioneers coming in a fight from conscripts, Stephenn extending his grasp in the north, and the scout car arrives there. 221 arriving to support the Speerverbande, upgrading with the auto cannon. But definitely going to hurt a bit there from the loss of that one infantry squad. Allows Stephenn to continue to push onwards with a bit more aggression, a bit more further. Carefully doesn't get too close into the penal troops. But there we go, the unit goes down.
The sector has been cut off.
And there we go, the auto cannon shatters the cover quite nicely.
Infantry squad has been killed.
And there you go, the penal battalion is forced to retreat. Conscripts up there in the north running into trouble as well. And grenadiers need to be careful again. Oh, nice little trick here. Having the regulars inside the scout car, adding in more light machine guns to it. Clever, clever there, Stephenn. So of course, he needs to be careful, he doesn't get too clever. And looks like, there we go, the scout car is on the hunt, but looks like he's pulling back his scout car. And note here, what is going on here. He's hiding the conscripts right behind here. He knows his opponent can't see it, so he's of course baiting in this enemy scout car. And there we go, the conscripts appear out of nowhere. An anti-tank grenade. An absolutely well executed ambush right there from Stephenn. Absolutely well executed there. Well played. Well played. Scout car though will need some repairs, but in the meanwhile he can pop up the regulars, then perhaps pop them into the building there. These militiamen who have sent in to support the Russian front line, or perhaps resistance members who are less good at actually sneaking about. Possibly due to some tendency with farting really loudly, which doesn't allow them to sneak behind the enemy. Stephenn needs to get these forces up to the front line. Things are a bit sour. Panzer Grenadiers advancing, quickly blowing up the parts of the church where they get Geballte Ladnung. And they're going counting a lot of serious firepower. Irregulars and conscripts, and of course the scout car. And there go the Panzers, take a lot of fire there. Quickly popping into the church again. And there go the irregulars, continue to fire away. Jono's Panzer Grenadier needs to be careful. More to find out. He can set up trenches now, but I'm not really seeing any trenches. You could, for example, set one trench up to, for example, help his mortar crew stay a bit more safe. And there we go, charging it now with the penal troops in, bypassing the MG42 just as about to reload. Ooh, the horror, and now the mortar. Well played, well played. The penal troops are just turning into everything with their SVT-40s and the flamethrower. Veteran G2 for the scout car. Veteran G2. Oh, good lord. And there we go. MG42 cleared out. Might get the mortar next. And there we go. Veterans 1 for the penal troops. Absolutely decisive blow right there from Stephenn. He could easily pop out the penal troops, steal a mortar or an MG42 from his opponent while he's at it. It looks like there Heinz gets off a Panzerfaust. And good night. Scout car's not looking too good. Sniper moving out to support. Going for the points there. Irregulars moving ahead swiftly. Trying to overdrive the scout car out of there. Penal troops moving in to intercept and keep it clear for its retreat. A nicely valiant attempt right there. Oh, looks like Stephenn didn't order it fully back. Oh dear. And a satchel charge. Oh dear, Jono. Oh, he got the scout car. But the satchel charge got most of his men. Ach, 9. Whoops. A bit wrong button press there, I'm afraid. But Stephenn got a bit of a mismatch here of an infantry force. Why am I even here on the front line, comrade? But such is war. Of course, now he's also getting access to the submachine guns for his conscripts, so that should help. Stephenn, though, is doing an awful lot of damage to his opponent, which is definitely grand. He's also flung quite a bit of manpower. A bit surprising to see it for Stephenn. Of course, he might be a bit unsure what to do, but not what I expect from a player like Stephenn. But then again, even the best can end up in situations like these. The question is how he handles it. Might be, of course, he's waiting for a building. He could use this time to set up some caches, for example, munitions or fuel could prove quite handy. I suppose he could call in some more regulars, or he could get himself another penal battalion. I mean, more penal battalions would definitely help him, I think. More of that nasty firepower. Penal battalion generally being one of those that really have benefited from the new veterancy, as they really just get that much more lethal. They shoot faster, become more accurate. Overall, they just do a lot more damage quickly, thanks to the new veterancy. Panzergunners moving straight against the conscripts here. Devious 841s versus Sturmgewehrs. What shall win? And there we go. The Panzergunners were able to overwhelm the conscripts with raw German firepower and precision. Quickly accruing a lot of the weapons here. Of course, also leaving several infantry squads not ready for the front line yet.
You have orders?
And a support them coming out for Stephenn here, quickly getting a field gun. Slowly advancing, slowly tightening the noose around Jono. No mines, by the way, have gone up for Stephenn. I'm actually quite surprised at that. And there we go, fuel cache up. That is good. That is good. Clearly Stephenn's getting ready for a longer fight now with some armor on the way. Some tankists to draw the fascists. Who's the boss? Ist.
What are your orders? It is cold out here. Good work, comrades. This now belongs to...
And setting up the irregulars within the church. A nice fortified position there with the light machine guns, though, coming under fire there from the Panzerabwehrkanone, which is less grand.
Conditions clear. The blizzard is gone.
And there you go, Penal Battalion moving ahead. Irregulars abandoning the church. Snipers, oh, getting one of the MG gunners there, but coming under fire themselves. Looks like Stephenn might make a move there for the Pack 40. Forcing the MG42 to vacate the premises. Might even get it again.
I have them ready for action.
There we go. Will he this time around actually accrue it?
They promoted us.
And there we go, Veterancy 2. Now we're looking at some real nasty bastards. Coming under mortar fire, coming under an awful lot of fire here from the Germans, but doing their best. But their best is not enough, at least not right now.
There is glory in death.
Our territory is falling
We
into
will
enemy
need to
hands.
retreat them. Sniper moving up pretty aggressively here for Stephenn. That could prove to be a bit of an undoing. Penal troops continue to fight awfully close to the front line. Losing the south, though, in return, as Panzergunners and Grenadiers make their way. Two squads now upgraded with the light machine guns. Mines going up here. Good job.
Yes, comrade.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Panzergunners taking away here from the point.
Yes, brother.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
And getting... Ooh, he's actually getting one with a light machine gun, the MG42. A bit rarer to get, but on the other hand, of course, you do get the MG42. And again, note, veterancy up fast, so if you can get those things to veterancy 2, veterancy 3, you would be getting something very, very lethal. but again considered more of a support unit. That would be my wiser suggestion. Tango Battalion Command going up. Support armor corps up here for the Speerfeuerbande. Panzer is advancing. Panzer is making good advance here. Conscript flanking up, but coming under intense fire. And there we go, Panzer is getting flanked by the light machine gun. And there we go, dropping one of the German bastards. Grenadiers still moving up to flank in return with their own MG42. Well, they might encounter a bit of resistance. He could try and get off a grenade, but no. Quickly dodges into some light cover. And then out into the open where the MG42 has a bit of a chance of getting them. Conscript doing what they can here under intense pressure. Oh, Penal Battalion so close! Ah! Oh, that was absolutely insanely close right there for Stephenn. That could easily have ended in tears. For him, that is. And let you count tears of laughter from the German player. Or tears of joy, I suppose.
You have a use for these scum?
You want a sniper?
Sniper quickly moves up. Stephenn's got in the northern half of the map, and thus most of the victory points still. Ooh, looks like he forgot to finish the Tango Battalion Command. I fear that might have been a misclick here from Stephenn.
Supply sector under attack.
Unfortunate, and there we go, Panzerkampfwagen has arrived to support. Looks like armoured reinforcement has arrived for the Speerfeuerbande, who cannot keep holding on against his Soviet onslaught. And now the irregulars are leading the charge. Some of them actually reinforced with conscripts. Actually, they're cheaper to reinforce using conscripts merge than reinforcing themselves. So, little tip there.
The new men have arrived!
Flamethrower standing by.
Objective taken. Now we just have to keep it. You have orders?
Panzer IV rolling about quietly. Finishing the Tango Battalion Command. Splendid. Going for the victory point up there. Going for the victory point down there.
You have orders?
Setting up a defensive position by the centre. Grenadiers Malta moving up. Other things reinforcing. And some Panzer IV. I mean, he could try and put it hold down, but so far I've yet to see a single ability used from Stockton from Jono. I'm a bit disappointed in that. I mean, at least if he's not going to use the Panzer I attacking, you know, again, hold down, it can, you know, hold up some territory, and it actually gains a range bonus. Plus some other fun things. There we go, moving ahead. And opening up on the irregulars. There we go, Veterans 1, nice hit with a grenade, almost wiping out the Grenadiers. Fast retreat. Retreat onto the other chaps. Oh no, they're awfully close, and there we go. An excellent hit there from the Panzerkampfwagen 4, ending all 3 lives. Panzer is following up, catching the field gun off guard. Oh no. And the T-34 though is arriving, snipers forced to retreat. Penal Battalion though leading the charge in the north, supported by a single squad of conscripts. Stephenn has left his centre dangerously unguarded. Rather unfortunate, though his irregular squad is very close to hitting Veterans 2.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
Quickly following up with fresh infantry reinforcements. Panzer IV will need its repairs.
Supply lines have
And there we go, ambushing the Pack 40. And then, oh, dastardly hit there from the Panzer IV, knocking out most of the penal troops.
Something demolished.
I am needed.
the enemy has taken our supply sector. We have an isolated The enemy has 300 points remaining.
And there we go, the T-34 out, the T-34 76. Panzer Grenadier lost a life inside the house, needs to retreat. And there we go, nice hit on the MG42. Veteran 2 on the regulars, and there we go, grenade inside the building, but the Panzer Grenadier managed to escape in the nick of time. How fortunate he is. A Speerfeuerbande, by the way, was a more defensive camp group usually put together from whoever was nearby, met hold a certain set of positions.
We are losing territory.
And, I mean, basically again, defensive very much improvised. They were quite common on the Eastern Front, but otherwise not so much on the Western Front, though a few did make their appearance during Operation Market Garden, as German officers quickly straggled together anything they could and formed up a defensive line. 34 needs to be careful it doesn't get too far ahead, so now we're quickly following up.
All units are here.
Might get off a nice hit there on the Grenadiers, and there we go. Heinz is stored.
Fire on this position!
Yes, comrade.
Second T-34 arrives. That is good, comrade. Time to pop back here to Jono. Looks like that T-34 is in an awful lot of trouble. Now that's quite unfortunate there. Penal troops will leading the advantage against the Grenadiers. Very close to veterans in free, by the way, so the Grenadiers though. Which on the other hand should allow the penal troops veterans to go up even faster again. I mean, the change to hard veterancy is earned partly again through the changing of the bonuses. What they actually give is actually great again. Overall ensures that as the game progresses, units will get up faster, which includes armor. But again, more panzer maneuvers, blitzing up there. Showing he cut. Oh, panzer 4 went down though. Veteran 1 in the field gun, but a field will go down next. Could we get an anti-tank grenade there on the rear of the Panzerkampfwagen? Oh, blocking the path there with a field gun. Sneaky well played there. Sort of. And quick to merge, quick to merge. Steam though is definitely under a lot of pressure. And there we go, the anti-tank grenade on the rear of the Panzer IV. More troops rushing out. Still not a single sign of the doctrine so far from Jono. No tank traps, no trenches, no hull down panzers, no pack 48. And there go the irregulars on the run. Field gun moving up, but with little support. That is dangerous, Stephen. I'm sure you're aware of that. Quick reinforce some conscripts and merge them with the penal troops. I think that's going to be the trick here.
We are ready!
But the Panzer IV will successfully escape. Veteran due, by the way, on the Soviet snipers. Lovely.
Taking losses!
What do you need?
And there we go. Finally, a trench is actually going up here for Jono. 22 minutes into the game, he's actually using his doctrine. Huzzah! So quickly digging a trench with some camo netting on it, apparently.
Next time, let's use some hexogen. Boom! Instant trench.
Boom! Instant trench. Yeah. So there we go. Trench is up. MG42 in it. You could also, for example, have one up here further back with the mortar in it. That I think could also work nicely. Would also protect them from the cold.
Our forces
Panzers
increase.
are running into a bit of trouble. Conscript support by regulars opening up. And he is a bit exposed there, and there we go, fully reinforced penal battalion via conscripts. Again, basically getting some cheaper penal battalion troops out of that. The fighting continues here. The Panzers continue to leap from cover to cover as the Russians advance. They go quickly into the house. More Panzer IVs arriving here for Jono. Looks like another armoured counterattack is in progress. Going for the southern point there, trying to get back the fuel, or at least ignite his opponent.
Look out, grenade!
And there we go, grenade. Blowing the house a bit.
Awaiting orders. Panzer IV standing by.
Ooh, looks like he's going to hit the infantry positioning up here from both sides with his panzers.
Ready, secured.
And a second field gun here arrives for Stephenn.
Panzer IV standing by. Our drive train is damaged.
I do believe it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Stephenn is slightly on the back foot at the moment. He suffers some nice losses. His opponent rather being able to sort of take advantage of the times where Stephenn's centre was a bit exposed and then charging with his panzers, doing as much damage there, forcing Stephenn to pull back, and then from the wings of the map, thus opening up things for a bit more damage. So that's definitely also helped. Otherwise, I mean, he's also doing reasonably well in actually preserving his troops, keeping them alive, which is grand as well. That's not to say that Stephenn's been sloppy with unit preservation either. But nonetheless, Stephenn is a bit on the back foot. It also probably helped he hasn't, for example, been able to hold on to the central munitions point at all. That's largely been German territory, which also means the German players have been holding most of the munitions. Team, for example, has been holding too much, had no caches up, which could help with that, for example, and thus get down some mines, which again is very much to the advantage of Jono in some regards, because the mines could absolutely make it much, much harder for Jono to make any charges with his tanks. So that, of course, is vital to remember. But for Jono right now, I mean, the situation is good, but still he needs to be careful. He doesn't need to get too overly cocky. He's got his tanks, his panzers. I mean, I think, again, he could stand to make some more trenches, you know, fortified positions here for the mortar again, make it able to stand out here in a position without having to freeze his arse off. You know, again, that could be nice, I imagine the crew would agree. MG42 crew in this trench is perhaps a bit too exposed. I mean, it's a bit too much of the front line with little else to support it. Just a thought. Otherwise, a few mines could benefit Jono himself. I think there might be some. Yes, indeed, there's a Tellerman right here by the victory point. Gutes Arbeit. And of course, you could also consider taking up, or you could just say, you know, get a pack 43 ammunition case and then rely more on the sector artillery. Of course, you know, sending a panzer down, hold down, for example, while he's repairing it, could also prove, you know, handy. Looking at the situation of Stephenn, he's got a bit more of a mixed bag of infantry, but still he's got something alright. He's got the veteran of the Free Penal Battalion, which is definitely his ace up the hole, can really do a lot of damage to the Germans if the German player's not careful. He is lacking in armor, he needs to do something about that. Of course, also needs to be a bit more careful so he doesn't get completely cut off by all the Panzer Force and wiped out. That's rather where things get a bit ugly for Stephenn, at least lately has gotten ugly with Stephenn. Stephenn, not with Stephenn. That sounds a bit wrong. Of course, the field guns are a nice little thing here. Of course, he needs to position them correctly so he doesn't get outmaneuvered by the Panzer, because with this number of Panzers, that could happen. Then again, one is damaged. If Stephenn hunts it down, he could probably wipe it up. Perhaps he can catch the other one as he tries to save the first Panzer Force. There's something to go for there as well. And such is things. But back to Jono for now, and back to the fight.
Panzer Grenadiers.
Points down south being secure, mortar freezing its ass off as predicted. Panzer Grenadiers holding on for dear life. Not looking too good, but nonetheless holding up at the front here.
Are securing our territory.
And field gun advancing up. Lovely.
Panzer here.
Lovely.
Panzer 4.
A bit of quiet, and there we go. Trench crew is opening up.
Grenadiers reporting objective capture.
Panzer 4 flanking about here, setting up for a southern assault. Can't get much range to proc, but it is flanking in. He knows where the field gun is, of course, nothing covering. Penal Battalion listening into a nearby shack. I'm not entirely sure what they're hoping to achieve in there, except hide from the sight of the Stavka. Then again, he's probably trying to flank up out here, and there we go. Oh, getting into the church. He's going to be able to pour fire straight into the trench. Oh, that's just bad if you're the ones in the trench. There we go. Burning away at the trench. Mortar hitting the trench. What are you doing, Heinz? The trench has not been taken by the enemy. And we go, the MG42 has been forced to abandon the trench, and the face was so advanced here by the penal troops. And there we go. But yes, he got it again. That MG crew keeps getting killed. And Pack 40 might be next as well. Those penal troops are just absolutely nasty bars. And there we go. Ooh, routing up. Heading next for the mortar crew. The wrath of Stephenn cannot be contained, it would seem.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Though, of course, you should be careful around the Panzer 4. There we go, forced retreat. Or at least he should retreat. This is not looking good, Stephenn. Looks like he's still intent on getting that damn mortar crew. And looks like, yes indeed, he does it, but the Panzer is moving in. Retreat, retreat, oh! No! Oh, Stephenn's greed got the better of him. But I think those penal troopers have redeemed their sins to the Soviet state and the Soviet peoples. And looks like Stephenn decided to stop fooling around. He's gotten the 152mm howitzer. Now let's see if we can actually hit something with it. Seems like he's firing here, and again, why is he firing here again? It's pretty much the path the enemy's moving up about. I'd call this interdiction artillery, because again, it's basically about trying to catch the other bastard as he's moving about here on his main route from the front line and to the base. It's a slightly more advanced tactic some players use, but again, it can work, but I mean, it can also end up not working. It works better on a map like Simorsky, where again, it's a much more narrow path that pretty much is also a choke point. So just keep that in mind. Take the artillery up here, by the way. Stephenn is definitely looking worse for wear.
We are ready! Ready for orders. Enemy forces are securing our territory. Attack! We have it! Yes?
Grenadiers here under a bit of a bombardment from the field guns.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Not looking good. Panzer IV on the move. 3 Panzer IVs. Looks like fresh armoured reinforcements are here for the Sperrfeld Bundle, trying to tell that serious armoured counter-attack. Up in the north as well, the irregulars are running into some serious troubles here with the Panzer IV. Will need to retreat. Ach 9 looks like Stephenn might have forgotten about them. Oh no. Field guns coming up, they're trying to catch it down with Panzer IV, but at the same time the other two are let loose in Stephenn's front line. Of course, now he's forced to pull back, and at the same time though, a T-34 has arrived. Doing what he can here to tank grenades. Field guns moving up, hitting them in the rear. Splendid, splendid. Panzer T-34 getting a few shots there. 1 Panzer IV. Closer going down here. More field gun fire looks like going down. And there we go. Blocking the retreat path with the T-34. Stephenn, you fiendish clever bastard. And then we go. The other Panzer IV went down. How? By blocking their path with the T-34. Calls also note, conscripts can repair, I believe, with the reserve army. Doctrine found it's time to pop over, and yes, indeed, conscript repair quits. So, but things are not looking very cheerful for Stephenn at the moment, and his house so far has yet to hit anything. Oh, and he has to repair his T-34. Oh, that's dangerous, Stephenn. That is very dangerous, Stephenn. There we go, Veterans 1 on the T-34.
Ready! My tank ready for orders. Contact with the enemy! Good work, comrades!
Sending both field guns up north, leaving the centre again unguarded for an armoured assault, although now T-70 light tank arrives.
Our unit count is increasing. Under enemy fire!
Conscript rushing south.
We are taking fire!
Oh, killer mine! And he doesn't have the munitions to repair it. Panzer got a bit of trouble here. Sniper though also a bit exposed. That's close to the T-34, very close.
Lost in the defense of the Rodina. You have orders? T-34 reporting. Engineer standing by.
Awfully damn close. And Panzer IV moving in. Coming out of the fire here, virtually to the field gun, increasing the rate of fire and making it more accurate. That could be bad news for the Panzerkampfwagen.
Armor is engaging us! Enemy contact!
Will he be able to get the field? Panzer forces try to escape. Conscripts quick to rush up and support. One more hit, one more hit. Can he get it off? No. And finally repairing that T-34. I do believe it took its damn time. And again, he should have the conscripts working on it as well. More shots there from the field gun. Oh.
Yes, comrade!
T-34 crude, loaded and ready.
A fresh barrage.
What do you need?
Seems not really having the best of artillery days, it would seem. There we go, finally getting something dead.
I hope this armor holds.
We have fallen to 100 points. Do not let this trend continue.
Awaiting command! We are ready to go, comrade!
T-34 here.
Kennedy's in trouble, going for the victory point here, having to stall for time.
Losing the transmission. T-34 reporting.
Fresh units on the field.
And the Panzergun is arriving with a Soviet flamethrower in hand.
We are bleeding!
Conscripts will need to get out of there very quickly.
Incoming.
And they might go down. Oh. The last man escaped, although probably a bit traumatized.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate
And there we go, they're
sacrifice.
cut down here by the Grenadiers.
T-34 reporting.
What do you
Things are
need?
definitely falling apart for Stephenn right now. And T-34 down. Grenadiers might get overwhelmed, but they consider it cost. And sector artillery quickly pops down.
We are taking losses!
Not sure what Stephenn is trying to do there. International subs seem to have been forgotten.
Okay, that's the last one. Engage!
All a bit quiet at the moment.
Man down!
Slow advance. Panzergrenadiers veterans E3. Oh, that's bad news for anyone caught in front of them.
Enemy contact! Bleeding!
They will make short work on most things,
Encroaching on our territory.
since they will be a lot more accurate.
Time to
Fast
shoot
track has been assigned to our forces.
And there we go, Panzerkampfwagen field quickly following up.
flame! Gun ready! How can we help? Yes, comrade.
Large position up here, field artillery firing away. Half track arriving to allow his forces to reinforce at the front. The M5 half track. The Soviets did have half tracks of their own though, but the thing was they weren't actually armoured and thus not actually useful for frontline usage.
Enemy contact!
So that was a bit the problem. They rather had to rely on the Americans, but again, most of the Allies relied on the Americans for their half tracks, the British as well.
Awaiting command! You have a target?
Though the Russian and the British did both use the Bren carrier as a transport vehicle. With only a Stephenn had artillery now, he could bombard that position directly. I mean, that could prove absolutely devastating. He said he got a bit too there, how should one say, eager to fire away his artillery and thus missed an opportunity to do some serious damage to his opponent. Panzer IV though goes out of control. Grenadiers sniper tearing into the gun crews. Doesn't have the munitions for a light barrage either. Can't getting overwhelmed. Fresh sniper team arrives. And a Panther has arrived here for Jono. Looks like he take up.
Establish our supply lines.
Probably busy watching Stephenn, the Fiend.
Incoming
field gun crew very much dead. Half-track doing what it can here with its 50 cal machine gun. Base defense is roaring away as well. The Dushka there, killing a Pioneer's Ward. And the Panther has arrived, the Panzer Kampfwagen 5. Half-track is burning. That's never a good result. Unless you're the enemy. Sniper here might be in a bit of trouble. Veterans of 3 conscripts going to hunt him down. And dead. Continue fighting for the victory points. Down to 10 points by the way here. That is definitely leading close. Stephenn making a run for the other one as well. Panther pulling back a bit. And Howitzer maybe fighting for the southern point. No. Oh, good lord. That almost took out the Panther with this squad entirely.
Workers of the Soviet Union.
The new half-track has arrived.
Enemy armor! Soviet territory reclaimed!
The conscripts here, there's some serious problems with the Panther and his machine guns. Field gun arriving. Can he get the Panther? Can he get the Panzer Kampfwagen 5?
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Nice hit there, down to half health. Another half-track rolling up. Support Stephenn's latest advance for the glory of Mother Russia. But on the horizon, a flak panzer moves up. Half-track doing what it can. Sniper as well. Conscripts too. Jono's Grenadiers are suffering bravely. That's not going to do much. And there you go. Panther and Ostwind flanking about here. Stephenn's flank is exposed completely. Sniper's down. Field gun might go down one. Field gun is in slight position here, but the other one is left to its own. Half-track down. Conscripts down. Well executed flank right there from Jono.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
And the half-track, or the field gun is next. The veterans in 2.
Enemy is engaging us!
And game over here for the Soviet Union, for Stephenn. Well played there, some really nice moves from Stephenn. I think one of the problems actually for him late in the early game, where he actually rushed in here with the scout car with the penal troops in it, knocked out the MD and the mortar, and then didn't take them. I think if Stephenn had stolen his opponent's weapons, he would overall had a stronger force. He'd also been able to deny his opponent some weapons, and that way I think Stephenn in the longer term might have been a bit more successful. That combined with the lack of mines allowed Jono to much more easily get back into the fight and strike hard enough. That again, combined with the final slight mistake here from Stephenn, which again was several times leaving the centre, utterly open to armoured assaults from Jono, rather made things a lot more difficult for Stephenn, allowed him much harder for him to actually combine his forces again. That sense, allowing Jono much easier decision making, destroying forces where to hit, where to strike, and basically commit his forces much more nicely. Though again, Stephenn did nicely several times. We were able to catch and destroy Jono's forces in some nice manoeuvres. The 2 Panzer IV, the scout car right here. Jono nicely played, and Jono definitely could have used his doctrine much, much better. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned a thing or 2 or 3. If you did want to subscribe to the events, if you didn't, well, why not snoop them? Replay of your own. Provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Name saying cheers.